This is Rak Noble for Women's Fight News. I am here with Hannah Rankin at the Churchill's Boxing Gym in South London, and it's been a while, hasn't it? How is it going, Hannah?
It's going really well, thanks. Always nice to have you down here at Churchill's.
It's kind of funny that same ring that you're sitting on. We sparred quite a few rounds there over the years, and here we return, just talking, not fighting this time, just talking.
Absolutely. You know, we were actually sparring for the Clarissa Shields fight. That was in the lead up to the Clarissa Shields fight.
It was.
That's how long ago that was.
That was 2018 October, November, because I just come back from Japan and I came to meet you guys. I think a couple of days since I got back, and we got straight back to work.
Absolutely.
And a lot's changed since then. Quite a lot's changed. You've become a two-time world champion.
Yeah.
You set up businesses. You seem to be a bit of a spokesperson for women's boxing these days. You're sponsoring boxers. You're signed to fight. So it's gone up.
I've been keeping myself busy. You know me, I can't sit in my hands. But, you know, it's a real pleasure to be able to do things like, you know, help Joanna won you out for her recent Commonwealth title fight, and now she's got her European title. Woo! Very happy about that. But you know, that's something I always wanted to be able to do since I started, like way back at the beginning. Like, you know, I know how hard it is to have a career as a professional boxer, especially as a female boxer. And if someone could just give you that helping hand once in a while, then why not? And it was a great opportunity for me to do that with Joanna.
So of course you've helped Joanna. She's now a European champion, potentially on the verge of a world championship.
Yeah.
You've also been helping some fighters or some people into boxing around the world with the Streetwise boxing.
Yeah, so we would. So I'm an ambassador for Boxwise.
Boxwise.
Boxwise, and we now have over 42 clubs here in the UK. It's a fantastic social enterprise. It works really closely with communities to help young people, you know, just fulfill their potential really, and get confidence in themselves and the opportunities that they could have out with where they are at the moment. So, you know, we do a lot of work with the local communities, getting the kids involved in boxing, but through that they learn about teamwork, dedication, you know, discipline, all of these things which can help you with any career in life and any route that you choose to follow down. We help them get into jobs after that and potentially higher education if they want it as well. But next week I'm actually going to set up Boxwise in Rio in Brazil. We had a very successful setup in Cape Town, South Africa. So this is my next one, off to Rio in Brazil. I've never been before, so I'm really looking forward to it.
So you're South Africa to Rio de Janeiro. I see you're doing quite a bit on the commentary. Is it 5 Live?
So I've done BBC 5 Live. BBC the other night, we had the Jay Harris, Tommy Frank British title fight. That was on the BBC, so that was fantastic to be involved with that. A bit with Sky Sports as well. So commentary is something that has actually happened well before I ever thought it would, and I'm actually really, really enjoying it. I get to be a bit of a geek about the sport, so I can't really complain.
Question's got to be asked. Where do you find time to boxing? Where do you find time to fight and train? It seems like there's so many other ventures out here. Why are you still boxing?
Well, Noel obviously makes sure that I'm always getting all my stuff in. Just had my most recent fight at the beginning of March, March 10th. It was a real opportunity for me to get out there, do what I love, and great fight against Logan Holler. I really dominated in the fight, but it was an exciting fight for the fans. Great to have it on the BBC, because even my gran could tune in and watch it. I didn't get any phone calls from her being like, oh, I didn't get to watch you, you know, so that was fantastic. And obviously working my way back towards becoming a world champion. So for me, that's my goal, to take a third world title back to Scotland. That's the dream.
And is there any reports on your latest fight?
Yeah, so my next fight is obviously going to be against Emma Kozin. We're looking to be out around September time. It's a final eliminator for WBC and the WBA, so it puts me right back where I want to be. And it's an exciting fight. Myself and Emma were actually meant to fight a few times prior to now, and it's just, boxing, things change. So it's actually going to be a great fight, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So of course, WBA, WBC, one belt is held by Natasha Jonas. The other belt is being contested by Cecilia Braekhus, your training partner, and of course Terry Harper. So you have the option of either side.
Yes, absolutely. Put myself in a really good position there, and myself and Tasha, we definitely would love to fight at some point. That is a fight that is inevitably going to happen. We both said we'd like to share the ring with each other, so that'd be a really good fight for the future. Obviously, I'd like to have a rematch with Terry. That's down the line. But if Cecilia ends up winning the fight, who knows what's going to happen then? So boxing's like that, and I think people forget that it's so fluid. It changes all of the time, and especially women's boxing, things change like every 5 minutes. So, who knows what's happening? But my next fight is September.
Of course, talking of fights happening, fights not happening, the boxing landscape changing. You, I think, have quite frankly been through it all. You started your career in 2017, and over the last 6 years, the ups and downs, the trips abroad, the traveling around, the last minute standing fights, the occasions. It's been a roller coaster of a journey, hasn't it?
Yeah, and do you know what? I often get asked, would I change anything about it? And honestly, the answer is no. I've learned so much about myself as a person, but also my boxing has just continued to improve. And from starting a sport really late with no amateur experience to becoming a former two-time world champion currently and three times soon to be, I think it's an exciting journey. And I've been in with some of the best fighters of my era. And now I work regularly with a lot of them as well. So, I wouldn't change anything that I've been through. And I think I've had a very exciting career and something that I can always look back on and enjoy. And, I'm not always going to be involved in boxing now, even when I'm forced to retire. So, yeah, I want to learn about the promotional side of things. I want to learn about, what it is to work with fighters and how to grow them and all that sort of stuff. So there's so many other things that I'm interested in within the sport.
Well, a current fighter on the scene, pioneer of the scene, Bet Connolly, she has recently just applied and been granted a manager's license. Is that a path that you'll be looking to get down yourself at some point down the line?
Actually, yeah, I think Tasha's also just got her manager's license as well, Tash Jonas. So, I think that is something that I would like to be interested, and involved in later on. I would personally love to see and hopefully help foster another female world champion out of Scotland. That would be incredible. So yeah, I wouldn't say no to getting involved in management.
So, of course, we've had each other on social media for a while now. Well, since the beginning, I should say. And looking at your page, if I never knew you how I knew you, I wouldn't think that you're boxing. I'd think that you're a pundit. I'd think that you're a media character, a media personality, someone involved and around the sport. You're so heavily involved within the sport, but on the outside of the ringside. Do you not sometimes you wake up and think, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. Boxing, I don't need
No,
it.
I absolutely love the fighting side of it is the fun part for me. It still always excites me. It's the part that I wake up every day and when it's sparring, I'm buzzing. I'm looking forward to it. And when I've got a fight day, I'm really excited. I got into boxing to see how far I could go. I didn't get into it with the aspirations of becoming a world champion. I didn't get into it to prove anything or finish something. I got in to see how far I could go. And I'm still loving the journey. And I feel really I'm just coming into my prime now. I've had to learn on the job. So now I'm getting to that stage where I'm like, you know what, I feel great. And I'm excited about what's to come next in my journey. So yeah, I think I've put things in place for when I retire from actually physically fighting. But until I get to that point, I'm going to love every second in the ring.
I know you're good and your passion is unrivaled. Because I must say, since I've gotten to the media side of boxing, I haven't thought for a day thought to myself, I'm going to get back in the ring and get punched. From when I found out I can make a living of talking about boxing, that was that was when I officially retired from the sport to never lift up a glove again.
Well, maybe one day we'll convince you to get back involved, Rak. You were doing so great, and I just think, I can maybe entice you to get back involved one day. One day, maybe.
There's people that walk the walk and people that talk the talk. I definitely walk the walk, but I can't lie, I enjoy talking the talk a lot more than walking the walk.
You're doing amazing at it as well. It's really good to see.
So I just wanted to touch on lastly, of course, Ranking Limited, I believe that's the business name.
Team Rankin Limited.
Team Ranking Limited is set up. It's a business.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself and the company in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I want to be hopefully involved in the promotional side of things and potentially have dipped my toe into management with fighters. But as it stands, Team Rankin Limited encompasses all of the things I do outside of boxing as well. So it also includes my public speaking, my commentary, and my actual fighting. So it's a little bit of everything involved in the sport, but it's a very exciting place to be.
I'm not sure whether to mark this interview as Hannah Rankin the boxer or Hannah Rankin the TV personality and presenter. Which one are we going down today?
Hannah Rankin the boxer, always.
Always the boxer and still the classical warrior.
Yes.
Anyway, Hannah, it's been great catching up. Thanks for your time, and we'll be keeping an eye out for your fight in September.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks, Rak.
Have a good day.
Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit like. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future content, and why not check out any other videos on the channel. You can follow Women's Fight News on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.